Bahamas Bar Association will hold the election of executive officers on Friday. There are 3 candidates vying for the post of president, including past President Dr. Peter Maynard, Kathleen Hassan, and Ellsworth Johnson.
Senior member of the bar and former President Dr. Maynard has on his agenda an ethics action committee, improved access by lawyers to commercial work, among other things. Dr. Maynard also plans to establish a law jobs directory and practical skills training for new lawyers.
Now, senior member of the bar and attorney Kathleen Hassan plans to strengthen the ethics committee and establish a self-regulatory committee. She believes that junior members of the bar should have international opportunities.
Meantime, attorney Ellsworth Johnson says some qualified lawyers are not getting a fair share of opportunities at the bar. He also spoke to the need for stricter lawyer-client confidentiality arrangements.
Banks now pick and choose the lawyers who do the work. It's restricted to, in some cases, 15 to 25 lawyers, when you have a population of 1,100 lawyers. And so I think it's important to stand up for equality of opportunity.
The attorneys are not just in the profession to earn a fee. We're in the profession to bring about justice and equal justice for as many persons as it is possible for us to reach. And so my mandate, as you put it, as I see it, is that we have to work on the local level, the national level, and we have to work on the international level.
The position of president of the bar is really one of service, and that is what any patriotic Bahamian is called to do. Now, fundamental to any constitutional democracy is an impartial, fearless, and independent judiciary. That august body serves to protect the fundamental rights of the rich, the poor.
The headlines on Wednesday quoted the Deputy Prime Minister as saying, "No one is safe." Those comments attributed to him in the aftermath of the shooting of Sergeant Andrew Sweeting, his personal aide. But the Honorable Philip Davis is saying that the media didn't quite get it right.
In the conversation I had, they spoke about what does this mean to the safety of persons. And I was speaking specifically to the fact that criminal activity was touching all strata of society. Police officers, the criminal himself was the victim of crime. That's the context in which I'm saying no one is safe, meaning no station, no one in what station of life is safe. Now that's the context in which I was speaking to the reporters in that very short, brief moment on my way to Cabinet.
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Daniel Johnson, told House members during the debate that young Bahamians are graduating every year and many of them need training to transition into the workforce. In responding to the opposition's disapproval for the National Training Agency, he said that if you think education and training are expensive, then try ignorance and unemployment.
4,000 kids just came out of high school. Yet they're looking for something to do. Thousands of people are looking for jobs, but we know there is a gap in between their preparation and being engaged. And this seeks to address that gap. All that the Minister of Labor is trying to do here, along with his fantastic staff, we've done a gap analysis. We know what the problems are. People don't have the problems no more. Fix it. This seeks to fix this gap. It is going to bridge the gap.
Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, Peter Turnquest, like many of his opposition colleagues, took issue with the government's National Training Agency bill.
Here we are talking about an agency that is going to require personnel, space, other operating costs, to coordinate, I suppose is the best word, an activity that seems to be already in train. I don't have any reason to believe that the members are not telling the truth and that they're not being effective at what they are doing. And so why do we need another agency?
Member for Seabreeze, the Honorable Hope Strawn, in her contribution, stated that the former administration, through its 52-week program, took a shortcut in providing what should have been a long-term solution to training and job placement for Bahamians. In that 52-week program, Strawn said the former administration ran over budget and spent more than $40 million.
They're over there telling us, giving us advice about what to do.
Yeah, and say we wasted.
Now, you really think, Mr. Speaker, we should take advice from somebody, from people who did that? I don't think so, Mr. Speaker.
No.
I think we need to rely on our own judgment.
Yes, we're creating jobs right now.
Nevertheless, Mr.
Hundreds
Speaker,
and thousands of jobs.
in the 52-week program, nevertheless, the PIP government retained many of the people who won the program, because again, the people, people are our priority. And these people will be the beneficiaries of on-the-job training in the various ministries, departments, and agencies of the Bahamas government.
298 students were awarded certificate, diplomas, and degrees during the commencement exercise for the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute today. The ceremony, themed Career Education Today for a Better Tomorrow, was held in the ballroom of the Wyndham Nassau Resort and Crystal Palace Casino. The last academic year saw a 20% enrollment increase, which was the highest in the institution's history. BTVI manager Iva Dahl attributed the increase to more persons meeting entry-level requirements for certificate programs, coupled with the introduction of the one-year office assistant program and weekend classes. Guest speaker, Associate Professor Stam Hasty from Fayetteville State University, encouraged graduates to work with integrity, while Dahl wished them well.
When creating your chance, do so with integrity. Don't lie, don't steal, and Almighty God, don't cheat. When it comes to accomplishing your goals you have set in life, neither the easiest nor the most difficult way is always best, but integrity always is.
I would like to extend congratulations to all of you who toiled through your programs, whether it was a one-year program, a 15-week program, or the 2-year program.
Coming up in sports, our junior CAC team leaves for competition.
And in Family Island news, the Minister for Grand Bahama speaks out on the National Training Agency. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm LaDawn Davis. Delta Airlines is celebrating its 45th anniversary of uninterrupted services to the Bahamas. The global airline plans to highlight the key role Caribbean islands play in the continued growth and development of the company's network between the United States and Latin America. Delta connects the Bahamas to its Atlanta hub with 21 weekly flights, and travelers from Nassau have access to more than 1,000 daily flights to 208 destinations. Delta has non-stop flights to 65 international destinations. The airline has invested some $3 billion over the last 2 years to improve its quality of customer service. In just 2 days, the Botanical Gardens will come alive with the Festival of the Bahama Islands. It's a cultural extravaganza designed for all local families and visitors to get a taste of the many crafts and entertainment all of the islands have to offer. The day-long party, set for this Saturday, is one of the official 40th anniversary independence events. It's sponsored by Calic, Coca-Cola, BTC, and ZNS. And in international business news, Macy's Incorporated has agreed to pay a $175,000 civil fine and improve its practices to resolve a U.S. government probe that found the retailer had discriminated against immigrant employees when verifying their eligibility to continue to work. The United States Department of Justice announced on Thursday that Macy's has reportedly engaged in unfair documentary practices against some immigrant employees who had previously been authorized to work. Macy's agreed to set up a $100,000 fund to compensate those workers. And that's a look at your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm LaDawn Davis.